I gotta be completely honest. I don't like Jonah Hill. Like, he gets on my nerves. So fuck him. I'm glad she put this shit out there because he always tries to act like I'm Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensitive, and I go to therapy and I'm just so evolved. And look at him using his therapy speak to be a toxic, insecure loser.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Definitely insecure, and he is narcissist.
It does feel like some people just want attention. We talked about Zion's ex-girlfriend, bitter ex, coming out, putting out the old texts and Snapchat messages when she found out he was having a new baby with someone else. And I guess she started a new trend because another fat boy, Jonah Hill, got put on blast.
All the exes coming out the woodwork, man.
Yeah, Jonah Hill, he just recently, I don't know if he had a baby with his new girlfriend or whatever, or she just is pregnant. But his ex, he dated this surfer girl. What is her name? Sarah Brady. She's a professional surfer. That was her career when they met. They started dating. I guess things ended pretty badly because she just over the weekend, leaked a bunch of their old text messages from like 2 years ago of Jonah pretty much laying out his boundaries as he put it. Let me read one of the messages that he had sent her. He goes, plain and simple. If you need, he put together a bullet point list through iMessage. This motherfucker, he did not make a Word document, but like, what the fuck, yo?
Oh, man.
He said, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. He goes, if these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it and there will be no hard feelings. But there are boundaries for romantic these are my boundaries for romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on these actions have hurt our trust. So she was pretty much pointing, she was like, see the misuse of the term boundaries. She put him on blast, yo. She posted some other text to him saying,
other text. Oh my God.
lot,
This dude is a nutcase. He sent like 20 texts back to back.
I couldn't even read all of them, bro. I just saw him say, I love how your therapist thinks I suck. I'm literally the best boyfriend on earth. I don't know. He's been in a lot of comedy movies. I don't think he's joking.
No, he's not. He's not. This is not him trying to be funny.
No. But I don't know, man. He got a lot of heat from this. A lot of people were critical of her for putting out his private text, which, this is very similar to what we talked about with Zion. And I was very hard on the young lady who made the moment about herself and put that stuff out there. So
you were.
It's kind of hard for me to sympathize with this woman because of the same principle. But I got to be completely honest. I don't like Jonah Hill. Like, he gets on my nerves. So fuck him. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. He's a loser, yo. I'm glad she put this shit out there because he always tries to act like I'm Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensitive, and I go to therapy and I'm just so evolved. And look at him using his therapy speak to be a toxic, insecure loser.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I was looking at some of this. I didn't read all of it either. It's way too much, but definitely insecure, and he is narcissist.
Yeah.
Like those two things are definitely major parts of his lifestyle. The first 2 points that he had were about her like having friendships or surfing with other guys. And it's like, all right, then learn how to surf so you can surf with her too. Get your fat ass up on that board so you can you can participate in exercise. Like,
Or don't date a surfer.
or don't date someone that's that attractive. She's a beautiful young lady. If you're going to be so upset about the fact that she has friends and that she's attractive and you don't want her to wear a bathing suit or post sexual picture, any picture she posts is going to be viewed by as a sexual picture by somebody.
By his rules, a bathing suit. And just like she's a surfer, she can't post pictures in a bathing suit. I mean, I don't know. I always knew Jonah Hill was very insecure. I heard him do an interview on Howard Stern years ago, and he brought up the fact that Jimmy Kimmel made a joke when he came on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and it's like, oh, like he smelled bad or something. He like held a grudge and like made a point to like be like, oh, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel because he did this. I'm like, bro, aren't you a comedian? Like what the hell? People can't make fun of you. And also, like, he grew up in Hollywood. His dad was like a manager of some rock bands. Like his brother, his brother passed away, but his brother was the manager for Maroon 5. So him and Adam Levine are very close. And if you ever bring up the fact that he had connections in Hollywood, he always tries to downplay it and act like it never had nothing to do with his success. It just seems like he's just a fake ass Hollywood fat bitch. But you
clearly do not like him.
I don't like him. It's because I watched that dumbass movie he made mid-90s a few years ago, and it was terrible, and I just don't fuck with him. I did like his performance in Wolf of Wall Street and Superbad. Like, he's done some good things. Like, there's some movies I really enjoyed that he was in. I think he's talented. He has some talent, but most of his projects I don't care for. But I just really don't care for people who just go out of the way to act like they're like so like, I don't know, perfect and understanding when they're really, an asshole behind the scenes. What do you take of these standards that he kind of laid out? And have you ever had to set boundaries for social media or, in your relationship? Because, we just celebrated, your girlfriend's 30th birthday, and we had a conversation at the birthday brunch about, some clothes she wanted to wear. It was a conversation for you guys, right? Like,
yeah, occasionally, because she'll try to wear some stuff, and I'm like, your whole boob is out. Like, we can. There's nothing that's left to the imagination. Like, trust me, I like sexy outfits, but I don't want everybody else to know exactly what I see when you take it off too. Like,
so you do have certain like boundaries, but you don't be outlining it like this.
No, not at all. But she also asked me my opinion.
Okay.
So it's a conversation that we'll have. I mean, listen, she ended up wearing the dress that she wanted to wear anyway. It's her birthday. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm not going to piss you off on your birthday. That's a line I won't cross because I don't want you to try that. Don't try that shit with mine. All right. Libra season comes is Libra season. But this stuff, surfing with men. Boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men. Well, I mean, that would be cheating. So you could just say that. To model, to post. So you don't want her to work. To post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit. You don't want her to post on social media the way she wants. To post sexual pictures. What does that mean? Friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your... this is so specific. He says, from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful. You can't go to the club with your friends.
No,
like,
you can only
this
be
dude
in the
is
daytime.
crazy. He's too controlling. No, he needs help. Or to find some other girl that's going to let him be the puppet master.
Yeah, I feel like, they obviously weren't meant to be together, to say the least. And, I do think it's fucked up to post old text messages to a relationship that didn't work out. Also, trying to be like on the hill of morality, like, I'm just doing this so other people are aware. It's just like, no, you're doing it to shit on him. Come on, he's more famous than you, just like Kiki's baby daddy. You know what you're doing. Don't act like you're like doing some moral thing. Like, you're doing some petty shit. But obviously, coming from a hurt place, for me, like, I always encourage girls I'm dating to dress like sexier. I really don't care. I'm really liberal when it comes to that. But, I think everyone has boundaries. Like, I feel like for me, like, I don't, if I can see your nipple, then that's too much. Like, but outside of that, You know, I'm pretty lenient. I encourage people. I like people to dress sexier because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I typically like women who are more conservative than me. I like to be the more liberal person. I don't want someone who's like cooler than me. I'm the cool one, you know.
Be careful. Be careful. You don't want to tell those Jonah Hill lines. He was upset about her being cool. But I agree with you. I think this was in poor taste on her side. Like, yes, he's a nutcase, but I think him and his current girlfriend just had a baby in May. So, so like, what is either you're not over it or you're trying to do this to like slander him, and maybe he's going to bring charges on you.
I don't think you can't bring no charges for this.
You can't.
I don't think so. People do it all the time.
That's true. I don't know.
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if we heard anything like that. But you know, you don't sign the NDA. You got to be like Tiger Woods.
Here's the thing. Like I know with in certain states, if you're recording audio of someone talking and you don't have their permission, then they can bring charges against you. Now, if you release publicly documentation of your conversations with someone, and it's not audio recordings, but it's written recordings of the conversation in the form of a text or email or whatever, wouldn't that be something you can bring charges up on?
I don't know. We have to see an example of that. I think it's different. I don't know. I don't think it's been regulated. We know revenge porn has been regulated,
Yeah.
but so there are things you could share, but or you can't share. But I'm not sure about text messages. But yeah, I mean, everyone has boundaries. Just don't use use your boundaries as a way to fucking just control someone and try to make someone into a robot. And don't date someone that you're not secure enough to handle their lifestyle. You want to just change the person because you feel some shitty way. Like that's lame. So this whole thing was lame on both sides, but you know, obviously he looks worse, especially him outlining his boundaries and just using that word as a weapon. Troy, have you ever had to have these types of conversations?
Yeah, no, I definitely have, and I feel like that's part of having open communication. But
Mm.
I mean, again, the stuff that he was requesting was it just screamed insecurity, which I understand you can be insecure, but like he just came off very lame and corny in that situation.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's yeah, really interesting times. I'm like, goddamn, who'd have thought Kiki Palmer's baby daddy, India Ari, and Jonah Hill would be saying the same type of thing?
Look at that.
They should start a podcast.
That'd be a crazy crew right there.
Policing women's bodies.
So many different backgrounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I don't like the trend of leaking old texts. So, you know, I hope no one ever does that to me. But you know, the shit goes both ways. So I'm not scared. For real. Like but I don't invite that type of energy into my life, honestly. Like you'll never see people go, well, I'm not even gonna say this because I feel like I'm gonna jinx myself. Like, you know, like you'll never see this, and then 2 weeks later.
Careful.
Oh my god. Julian support group chat leaks.
No.
Oh my god. But
Craziness.
yeah, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, follow on Instagram,
Of course.
Twitter, TikTok, like
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.